Negotiation is often misunderstood as a battlefield, a place of friction where the loudest voice wins. Most people enter a room prepared for a tug-of-war, hoping to beat the person across from them. But in the world of high-status psychology, true negotiation is an act of clarity. It is about having such unshakable composure that the other side eventually aligns with your reality, not because they were forced, but because your frame was the only one that remained solid. Today, we will learn how to use the 5 pillars of mind mastery to navigate high-stakes deals, not by starting a war, but by ending one before it even begins. The first mistake professionals make is being too reactive. They wait for the other side to set the tone, hoping to be fair. But fairness without a standard is just a lack of direction. High-status individuals use the power of the initial anchor. By stating your position first with total calm and a grounded voice, you define the center of gravity for the conversation. You aren't being aggressive. You are being decisive. You aren't pushing them. You are providing the standard that they must now account for. Silence is not just a gap in conversation. It is a diagnostic tool. In every negotiation, there is a moment when a proposal is made. Amateurs feel an urge to justify their position, fearing that silence means rejection. They over-explain, which signals insecurity. An executive mind does the opposite. You state your terms, and then you offer the gift of silence. You allow the other person space to process. By not rushing to fill the void, you signal that you are comfortable with your position. Often, in that silence, the other person will reveal their true priorities. You aren't manipulating, you are observing. The person who is most comfortable with the silence is the one who holds the psychological advantage. Here is a fundamental truth of business psychology. The person who is most attached to the yes is the one who has the least leverage. If you show that your internal stability depends on their approval, you have surrendered your authority. Leverage is built on the strength of your no. This is the core of executive frame control. Your frame should be, I am here to find a solution that works for both of us, but I am not afraid to walk away if it doesn't. When you are emotionally detached, you become the anchor of the room. People respect those who have standards they are willing to protect. In high-pressure situations, we use a technique called labeling. It is the ability to recognize the other person's perspective without necessarily agreeing with it. If a partner is hesitant, don't argue with their logic. Instead, reflect their feeling. It seems like there is a concern regarding the long-term stability of this deal. Then, wait. By labeling the concern, you show that you are in control of the emotional environment. You aren't fighting them. You are helping them navigate their own internal conflict. Once they feel understood, their defensive frame softens, and real progress can begin. While most training focuses on getting a yes, the executive mind understands that no is where the real conversation starts. Yes often feels like a trap or a commitment people aren't ready for. But when you give someone the opportunity to say no, you give them a sense of safety and control. Instead of asking, do you agree with this? Try asking, is there anything about this proposal that you find unacceptable? When they say no, they feel they have protected their boundaries. Once they feel safe, they are far more likely to listen to your actual reality. You aren't pushing for a close. You are opening a door. To master your next negotiation, apply the 70/30 rule. Step 1. Active observation. Spend 70% of the time listening. Let them define their frame so you can understand its boundaries. Step 2. Mirroring. Repeat their key points to ensure alignment. It signals respect and high status. Step 3. The composed close. When you state your terms, use the voice of command. No justifications, just the facts. Then, let the silence do the work. Strategic influence is not about crushing the opposition. It is about maintaining your own standards so firmly that others choose to follow it. You are now moving from a student of psychology to a practitioner of executive presence. In our next episode, we will explore a more complex psychological profile. We will look at the strategic empath, individuals who possess a deep understanding of human emotion, but maintain a cold, analytical boundary to protect their objectives. Subscribe to understand the balance between empathy and authority. I'll see you in the next one.